don't want to give the people the complete final say. We want to control our party.
Right.
But we should open the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just looking at the clock too, like, oh yeah, oh hey, and we're just
We are
Smiley the
live.
Clown.
Smiley the Clown. Yes. So the vote. You know what? I haven't checked what the votes are, but polls are closed, even though they're still open. And the last time I checked the polls, what I decided that was that people, the people have spoken, and they want this to be a comedy show. And if the show's not going to be funny, well, at least it could have a funny opening theme. So, hello everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of
Insert title here.
And we are here for episode, well, this is technically episode 4 now, because I went on last week with Dune, and that was number 3.
Yeah.
So,
Even though, how long did that run? Did that crash? That crashed early, didn't it?
well, oh, it ran for the whole 2 hours on the NHB audio stream. I just never hit the start button on the Hangout, so the video never ran. But
Oh,
But Dune ran video to Vaughn Live, and that was captured. So he sent me that video, and I threw that up
Yeah.
on the YouTube channel. So the episode's up on YouTube now. It just didn't run on YouTube Live. So, nice hat.
yeah, cool, huh? It adds to the comedy flair, right? Especially when I can't really quite wear it right with the headphones.
No, it's So you were at a beach.
Yeah,
Those that are following at Brian Blues on Twitter know that Brian's been at a beach with a camera.
yeah.
And so what was that? A vacation or nearby? Or
We are. This was a hotel that's on the beach in Monterey, and because we went there because we're getting ready to move our stuff back into our house that's nearby.
Oh, I was going to say, you have a house in Monterey. What are you staying at a hotel for?
Well, it's empty, and we have painters that are. We decided, what the heck, paint it all there. One, then there's nothing in it. So perfect.
House is empty. You made some green renting it out for all those that time you were away. May as well reinvest in the house.
Yeah, and it's easier to do with the house empty than full, because we're painting the
Right.
ceilings, painting the walls, the whole deal. There was one hallway that was this really ugly yellow color,
Mhm.
and that's finally white with the rest of the house. So, inside.
Cool.
So it's a lot of white.
A lot. It's very white.
Yes, white ceilings, white walls, but they're wooden floors, so that's brown.
Well, there we go.
So
All right. Well, we got that. We got that. It sounds
Covered.
like it's coming along. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So
Next Friday, Wednesday the movers pick up the stuff that's stored at this house, load up the truck, and then on Friday they'll be down there to unload it.
there you go. So then you'll be spending less time on the beach, more time unpacking.
Right, exactly, like what we do here,
Right. So
which we're not really being that successful at.
hey, that looks like up on top of the pile there. I think I see some quality Tharco product there. Those no, if you pan to the left a bit.
So, the white one.
Yeah, that's like I have those to store my 45s with the open top
yeah.
with the angle
Yeah.
thing going on.
Yeah, well, that's a little table.
No, behind that. On top, up
The
against
bin. Yeah,
the
the
bin.
bin. Yeah, I got those too. Yeah. This one's Tharco, and then the bin in the back is. Yeah.
And well, I see myself. But
Oh.
yeah, well, no,
Wow.
yeah.
Is that video feedback you get?
um,
Or it looks like a Pink Floyd album.
No, that would be if I did this, and if that monitor
Right.
actually like came in clear.
Right. So, but if I could turn mine too, then and you have yours, then we're
Yeah, there we go. There we go. And the people listening to the
these
audio
guys
stream
are
have no idea what we're talking about here. But
and they're
hey, if you
yeah.
want to interact with the show and ask us, hey, what the hell's going on here, you could write in or Skype in or tweet in or many other things as well. And of course, NHB Live is the Skype and the AOL Instant Messenger account. At NHB Radio is our Twitter account. And we do have a phone number. And that phone number is 984-664-2723. That's 984-6-NHB Radio. And
And that includes your reformed friendship with Mars, right?
I don't know. He still hasn't called me back or messaged me back or anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he didn't actually respond to my tweets about, "Hey, you guys are pals again." Those are the words that I used, but
And I responded basically, here's the thing. I am actually, I've reached a point where I am mad at Mars. And I'm not
yeah, it
trying
doesn't. Yeah, sure. No, I
I'm
get
not
it.
trying to publicly call him out or shame him or anything like that. I wasn't
Yeah,
planning on talking about it here on the show, but since you brought it up,
yeah.
um,
I brought it up because I'd like to hear from him and say, "Hey, Mars."
yeah, I would like to hear from him too. Let's see if I would dial his number out and use up what little Skype credit we have left on the account, except that his voicemail would pick up and say his name, both of them, and he doesn't like his names being, he's kind of he likes to fly under the radar. He likes
Yeah,
no one knowing who he is or what he is or where he is.
that's cool.
Yeah, because I mean, what do you really know about Mars?
I don't even know his real name.
That is hilarious, and I'll tell you why after the show.
Yeah,
But,
of course, of course. I know it's hilarious.
yeah, but no, you don't know. I know his name,
Of
uh,
course, I figure you did.
and I actually know his last name. And but it was a while before I knew that. And he supposedly has a Facebook account that he won't even tell me about because he only uses
Yeah,
that for family. And
yeah,
I'm not family, um, which is fine. But the thing is that ever since I moved, he's been busy, and I've been cool with that. Okay, he's busy.
yeah,
He's busy. But I've several times since I've moved, I've reached out to talk to him, and we've talked a few times. But anytime we've talked, it's been because I kept pursuing him until finally he responded, or finally he picked up
yeah.
the phone, or finally I caught him while he was sleeping before he had a chance to check the caller ID before picking up and going, hello? And it's like, dude, it's 10 o'clock your time. Come on. Yeah. I reached a point where, every now and then I kind of check in, go, hey, what's up this weekend? And so I left him a voicemail. And I always try to be fun with my voicemails. I try to
Sure.
find something funny to say and take as long as I can. You know what? We're no longer using microcassettes that only have so many minutes on them. So there's no
Right.
reason I need to cut right to the chase and use as little tape as possible. So, I go right on. I figure, he's probably bored. He's at work. It's boring. And he sneaks away for a break. I give him a little chuckle during his break. Sure, I took up all of his break. But, I figured. Anyways, I left him a voicemail. And I decided, ball is in his court. I've reached out. What does a friend do? A friend calls back. No call back. No call back. And I've alluded to this in the tweets. So I've sent out the signal, hey, dude, I'm upset. Be cool. No response to that. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's okay. We can move on.
yeah. I mean, well, and you know what? He's probably just busy. And it's probably he's busy. He's busy. But the thing
Sure.
is, I'm trying to say, hey, dude, I get you're busy, but come, find 5 minutes.
At least say that you're busy, right?
Right.
You know.
Because I actually did, when this started happening, I reached out and I said, look, have I offended you? Have I pissed you off? Are you upset that I ended the show without consulting you? I'm sorry, I did that. No. Everything's cool. So I gave him his opportunity. It's like, dude, you got a problem? Tell me.
Yeah. Okay. So it is what it is.
But
hopefully
as
people
Mars,
understand that life moves on, and
as Mars would say right now, he likes coffee. I think that's what he would respond to this topic right now about. He'd talk about his love of coffee. You like coffee,
yes,
don't you?
and I tweet to him about coffee.
Yeah.
Along with cats.
Coffee and cats.
And a lot of times he doesn't respond to them, but that's
and
all right.
girls dressed as cats, and cats dressed as girls, and girls dressed as
Oh,
coffee
and
beans.
the new thing that I'm getting into is hashtag door surfing.
Door surfing.
Door surfing.
Hmm.
And actually, when you're in Twitter and you just pull that up, most of them are cats that are door surfing. They climb up on top of the door and they're up on the edge there. That's cool.
Oh, they're balancing up there on the door.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Once in a while, if it's a human that's door surfing, they're clearly doing it wrong because, here they are trying to be in water with a door. That shit ain't going to work.
Doors made out of wood floats.
Or sliding down a hill on a door. Or some other goofy thing like, it's like the stupid human tricks.
Or maybe you go surfing with which one of the doors is still alive? At least two of them are alive, right?
Right. Yeah, we'd have to Google that. That doesn't set up for the joke very good, does it?
No, yeah. The drummer, the drummer and the guitarist, they're still alive. Is
the keyboardist dead?
Yeah, Ray Manzarek died. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of dead musicians, though, 2016 has claimed another one. I just found out today Isao Tamida has passed away.
Oh, who's that?
He's a Japanese synthesizer. He did a lot of albums of classical music on synthesizers, and they are amazing classic albums. Do you remember? I would play examples for you right now, but it's licensed.
It's the license thing.
yeah, the whole licensing thing and trying to actually be
I can
legit.
look it up. I can look it up.
Do you remember that guy that would talk about the stars in the sky in between programs on PBS?
Oh, that short little thing, astronomy thing.
Right.
He was kind of goofy, offbeat.
Right, and the theme music to that, that's Tamida.
Okay, all right, that's cool stuff.
That's from one of his albums. That's actually his first album. Well, his first serious album. He actually did kind of do a. There was an album that people don't know about all that much that was done before that, where he kind of did rock covers. On one of those typical Moog albums. But no, he really specialized in the classical music on Moog, and that one was Snowflakes Are Dancing, which was the music of Debussy performed on Moog synthesizers.
Right. Now, you recently, like today or yesterday, tweeted a response to Rick Wakeman.
I've been tweeting him
and then like a week or so ago, you tweeted something that was really funny, and I go, wait a minute, I thought he was dead. Oh, no, I was thinking of... Keith Emerson recently died, right?
Right, Keith Emerson's dead.
So, just to be clear, Jonathan is not tweeting with the dead.
No. Although, judging by Rick Wakeman's weight issues and his lack of ability to tackle that, we might be. Rick Wakeman's got some years left. Now, which tweet to Rick Wakeman did you find particularly? Because he talked about recording starting in earnest. And so I tweeted him a picture of Ernest P. Worrell.
Right. That one was the one. I think that was the one that triggered. But that's not the recent one. Yes, the one you tweeted yesterday was also funny. I think.
Let's see. What did I tweet him yesterday? I know today I tweeted him an episode of Hot and Cold: How to Replace a Toilet.
I don't think I saw that one yet.
Yeah, well, because apparently he had an issue where he sat down on the toilet a little too hard and broke the toilet. And the way it kind of took off, he's decided that maybe he might join the bobsled team. And so then he tweeted something this morning about how he failed at repairing the toilet. He's going to have to buy a new toilet. So I tweeted him an episode of Hot and Cold on how to replace a toilet to help him out. Let's see. Well, I did tweet to Barry Manilow yesterday that.
Oh, I saw the one too. That I thought was pretty funny too.
Yeah, Barry Manilow's fault that ducks don't wear pants.
I'm not even sure what that means, but it's funny.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember what it means. Well, I retweeted Rick Wakeman's tweet about how he bought a garage sandwich last night in the dark. I began by eating the wrapping, took a bite out of the sandwich, and went back to the wrapping.
Oh yeah. That's the one I thought, and I was going to actually tweet something, kind of making a play on rapping and just have it's RAPPING, the rapping keyboardist or something weird like that. But I couldn't put together the right. I would look like an asshole if I did it, so I backed off.
Right. Oh, did you like that? I was on Facebook, and apparently you can do hashtags on Facebook too. And one of my friends on Facebook invented a new hashtag. Hashtag Uline should stick to making boxes. Because he had this picture of this, like, actually it's not a freezer, it's an ice maker, but it's like this like little freezer that was retrofitted with some kind of a ice maker ripped out of a fridge or something and put in this box, and you just see this cascading water flowing out of the ice maker device into the bottom of the freezer. And this nice, manufacturer's information tag on the inside of there that shows that it's a Uline device, and so that was the hashtag Uline should stick to making boxes. So I tweeted one of my Facebook friends has made a great new hashtag. Hashtag Uline should stick to making boxes. To which I respond, hashtag should Tharko make freezers? So, yeah. I guess it wasn't that funny.
That would be kind of an inside joke, though, because I would say that a lot of people don't know who the heck Tharko is.
Well, anyone who listens to the show knows who Tharko is by now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but so that's inside, but yeah.
Well, that tweet was meant particularly for you.
Yeah, no, that's funny. Yeah,
I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
And I'll have to watch for it. Yeah, I noticed that hashtags worked in Facebook as well, which is hilarious, because people really don't use them there. So they're not, I don't think they expect it.
But people are starting to use them there now.
I haven't noticed, but...
Yeah, it's not very widespread, but it happens.
Yeah, it'll grow because people know, hey, this works.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so that was
I'm sure it's only pulling up stuff that where people have a very public profile that you can see everything.
Right.
I would assume, because otherwise...
Right. Yeah. But anyways, speaking of Twitter, I did recently tweet that we have recently made contact with Venison, and he is still alive. And
I saw that one too. That was cool.
Yeah, and we also had a chance. Dune called him during the show yesterday, so he talked to him a bit on Dune and Bob show. So yeah, he's completely without internet. The Wi-Fi signal that he was leeching off of has zero bandwidth, which makes me question what is the deal with a Wi-Fi signal without bandwidth, because I understand if someone's using their internet, that's going to limit the amount of bandwidth. But if you connect to a signal and it's so jacked up you can't do anything on it, how is the owner able to do anything on it? Because it's not like it's prioritizing the owner over the random guy across the street unless it's been set up to ignore the person across the street. But if it was set up that way, that would mean that the person would be smart enough to password protect it. So it suggests to me that it's giving the same performance equally to everyone who's connecting to it. So if it's so bad when Venison connects he has nothing, I don't think anyone's getting anything off of it, which makes me question, what's the deal with that Wi-Fi connection he's been leeching off of?
My guess is that, the owner isn't using the Wi-Fi, so he doesn't know that it's basically dead. So Venison should call the guy up and say, hey, would you reboot your router, please?
I wonder if maybe someone with a router died and no one's found the corpse yet.
Oh, that's creepy. That's real creepy.
I don't think he ever zeroed in on where the source of it was, though. So, he'd have to go knocking, door to door, preferably on Halloween. And when someone doesn't answer, might want to start peeking in through the windows. Just look for the blinking lights and the body that's not moving on the floor, reaching out to restart it.
Right.
Heart attack.
Watch out for zombies.
Yeah, there you go. Happy Halloween.
Right. Wear a zombie outfit and you'll blend in, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But no, we got a few funny tweets with Venison because Doom was asking Venison about like listening to his show, and his comment was, well, I'd listen, but usually something really cool is coming on. And it's like that's one of those things that I don't think that was meant to be an insult, but
yeah, right. Okay, you just meant priorities. No, that doesn't work either.
No, yeah. This doesn't. But,
okay, but if he's connected to a place that has zero Wi-Fi,
well, at this
how
point,
is he getting anywhere?
Well,
does he go down to McDonald's or something?
Well, that's the thing. He hasn't posted anything on Facebook or Twitter since March.
Right.
That's why I had to look up his phone number because he has an Obama phone. Because the last few shows that he participated in, he called in from the Obama phone. So I logged in HB Skype and checked the history looking for a 908 number on the group call with us, and there it was. So I called it. And he picked up. I'm like, hey, Venison, is that you? Yeah. Hey, yo, hallelujah, you're alive. I thought I was going to send Big Mikey over there to poke you with a stick or something. Because the last time he disappeared, he didn't have a phone number. And I remember it was Emily that was really getting worried because I was like, "Oh, he's a big boy. He'll show up. He'll be fine. He'll be fine." And Emily was like, "You're over there. I'm here. You're there. Get over there."
Were you in Jersey at the time?
I was actually in California at the time, but I was in the right country.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, it's a small matter of a little flight. Yeah.
Well, she was
in fact,
like,
you do know people in Jersey still, right?
Well, that was the thing. She was like, maybe send a family member over to check in on him or something.
Right.
She was really concerned because Emily likes Venison. I don't know, why, but she.
Well, I kind of like the guy.
Yeah, no,
I do like the guy. I mean, I don't know him that as well as you guys, but I think he's always been, kind of cool, kind of different.
Yeah, I kid. No, but Emily took a particular liking to Venison and was, concerned for his well-being. And so she was like, dude, you got family in Jersey, send someone over there. And I'm like, I don't want to call up my family and be like, hey, can you go drive out to, that area and here's the address and go see if there's an old black guy there that's alive or not alive, Tell him, Gators. Tell him your last name sounds kind of like Gators. I don't know. That'd be a weird, awkward thing. So that's when at some point Mars was like, well, Big Mikey is on the Facebooks and he lives nearby him. So that's how I came to, I sent a friend request to this guy named Mike on Facebook. He accepted it. And it's like, hey, dude, I don't know you, but could you go check on Venison and make sure he's alive?
Oh, the other thing you could do, which might not be good, but is you would call the local police and say, hey, is this guy known to you? I mean, hey, he's an old buddy of mine. I'm living, out of town and haven't heard from the guy. Can you check on him? Would that be okay? Or would Venison freak out?
He might freak out a little, but it'd be over.
Hey, the cop showed up.
But luckily, before we had to figure that out, Mars was able to point me in the direction of a friend, neighbor that lives nearby that was able to check in on him, and he checked in on him. And I guess his internet really crapped out at that point in time, and so he basically had him over his house for an evening so that he can get on his computer and say hi to us. And
Right.
but that was a while ago, and so more recently, actually, well, Emily sent me an email, and that got me thinking. Oh, gee, she'd probably be worried about venison right now. So, and I hadn't heard from him in a while, and Dune had mentioned like a week ago or so, like, gee, we haven't heard from venison in a while. And I went and looked on Twitter and Facebook, and I saw, oh my God, he hasn't posted anything since March. And so that's when I, but yeah, he picked up the phone once I looked up the
Yeah.
number, and so now I have a contact on my phone for him, so we can call him and check in on him from time to time. But he's doing all right. He's still, I think he landed in the hospital a second time for another mini stroke, and but he's doing fine. He's recovering from that. So. But he might be able to collect disability soon, so that may help him out.
Is what because of age or something, or how
I
does that work?
I didn't go. I don't know. I don't know how any of I don't know how any of this works. I don't know how he convinced a neighbor to run an extension cord across the lawn.
Right.
There's some things I
See,
just.
I don't know how he doesn't qualify for. The utility companies are all pitching. I think every one pitches you, hey, donate to some free electricity for
Well, the problem is
the
that
disabled and the elderly.
the bills have been run up to quite a large amount
Yeah.
in the red before services were shut off. So at this
Yeah.
point,
No. I.
he's labeled, fairly or not, he's labeled a deadbeat in all those systems.
Right.
And yeah,
Well, I think he's also well. Again, I don't know the situation, but it seems like he's kind of let it go, and it's almost like you're satisfied that that's the way you want to be labeled, instead of claiming, "Hey, I've got disabilities, I'm unemployed, whatever. What can you do
well,
for me?"
he actually did research and tried to
Okay.
pursue any avenues he could. He tried to look into what grants were out there, and he is at this point getting certain funds that buy him food.
Right.
We don't need to go into detail, but the point
Right.
is,
Right.
now with his health declining, he may be eligible for more benefits.
Yeah.
Which it's sad that his health is, but he's recovering. He's recovering,
Right.
and he may be eligible for more help. So that's kind of the light side we're looking at.
Right.
Because got to get the power turned on to run the VCR for the fridge full of VHS tapes. Because he asked me if I could download Star Wars for it. Well, no, he tape off of HBO Star Wars. It's like, I don't have HBO. Why do you think I have HBO?
Right.
So, anyways, but yeah, he's alive and kicking, watching TV with
That's
the rabbit
good.
ears.
That's good.
Yeah, so
Maybe sometime he'll check in with our show here.
yeah. Now you know what? I bookmarked articles I want to. I keep on trying to keep a Google Documents, and I started one for last week's show, and then
Yeah.
we didn't really do last week's show, and I never started one for this week's show. But I know I had some things I wanted to look at last week. So let's see.
Okay, can we go into a moment of griping against Google, even though they're hosting this wonderful event?
Well, we normally
At least
do that.
the Google apps,
Yeah.
you can be on one, like Google app, and then link to another one, and the link doesn't work. Like you recently sent me the link for, hey, update, inviting me to update the Google
Right.
Doc, right? And I
Right.
have the Google Doc loaded on my phone and all this kind of stuff, and it will not jump over. When you go into YouTube, it will not jump over to YouTube, a link.
Huh.
All these things just don't work. Even Instagram, if you post a link to an Instagram,
Sorry.
when you hit the link to Instagram, it'll come up, like in Safari first, and it'll say, "Oh, do you want to open this up in the actual app?" Yeah, sure. Instagram is easy hokey.
Right.
There are things I don't like about it, but it's simple.
Right. Simple.
I think that's the way to use it, is just link it elsewhere,
It'd be
whether
nice if
it's
we
a
could just make it
Twitter to
simple.
Instagram or whatever. But that seems to be the easy way to use that thing.
Right. Well, hopefully they'll simplify things enough. Um,
Right.
but speaking of simplifying things or misusing things, have you heard about the dryers in Iceland?
No.
Apparently, in Iceland, at like public pools, there are public hair dryers, and they actually had to put a special sign up on the public hair dryers, asking people to please not use them to dry their balls. Just don't do that.
Yeah. No.
Don't
No.
be that
Wrong.
guy. At least bring your own hair dryer if you're going to do that. But no, that's a real thing, and it made the news. Is that they actually put up signs at this pool? Hey, don't use the hair dryers on your balls. Which reminded me of an old thing that was floating around the internet a while ago. And someone wrote an open letter some time ago, and I'm not sure if the intended recipient of that open letter had ever saw or heard the open letter, and for all we know, that guy's out there listening tonight. So I'm going to do my part to help out and get this word out there. So here we go. An open letter to the gentleman blow drying his balls in the gym locker room by Ross Speedley. Dear gentleman blow drying his balls in the gym locker room, you're actually doing it. I mean, we've all dreamed of blow drying our balls out in the open, but you're actually doing it in front of me and at least 16 other people that just finished exercising at this pricey sports club. Some of us will do it in private in our homes or in a hotel room using a hairdryer. A stranger may have just used to style their hair for that big business meeting in Denver. But not you. You are not confined to such social norms. Norms that usually keep flapping flag-light balls out of my eyes. Does the courage to do this in public come with age? Perhaps it's something a young man like me can't understand. But you are on in years, gray and spotted like a ham in a paintball fight. Your scrotum reminds me of Boardwalk Taffy. Maybe you've been building up to this day your whole life, and I'm witnessing the birth of a phoenix. You are no longer a man that blow dries his balls in secret. You have transcended that station and now fall into an elite group of Spartans that blow dry their balls wherever they goddamn please. If caterpillars emerge from their cocoons as butterflies with heavy, sagging testicles, I'd imagine they'd feel the same as you might right now. Maybe you're making up for the fact that you no longer have any hair on your head that requires blow drying. Is grabbing a hairdryer a rote? Preening response from your earlier years when you and your majestic mane would say things like bee's knees to fresh-faced nurses at the pool hall while discussing the Teapot Dome scandal? Did they have hairdryers back then? I think my ability to correctly recall history is being affected by the sight of your twin sperm fountains. I especially appreciate the way you've got one leg up on the counter. Not only does this allow the hot jet stream of air a more direct passage to your gene-carrying duffel bag, it also gives me an intrusive view to the white fields of pubis covering your taint and beyond. It almost makes me think of Santa Claus, but I was not sexually abused by Kris Kringle as a child. Speaking of Christmas, were the Adidas soccer sandals you use as shower shoes a gift from a grandchild? Your actions disturb and inspire, and I can't look away. I'm either swelling with physical repulsion or the joy a parent feels watching their child take their first steps. Only in this case, the child is an 84-year-old man with a hairdryer aimed at his balls. Whatever the case, you're an exemplar of bravery. So please, shine on, you withering diamond. Thanks, Ross Bealey. So there you go.
Excellent. Actually, it kind of reminds me. There was a Lewis Black skit where he talks about what the wealthy people need, and one of his top items was a ball washer.
Oh yeah. Well,
You
I
know,
mean, what
of
else you
course,
gonna
I
wash your
think
golf
part
balls
of
with?
the part of the discussion with golf balls, but I everybody knew what he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, they have that. Didn't they make a commercial based on that sponge that you can buy that's for washing your balls, and they're demonstrating all the different types of balls that they could you wash with it, but we all knew that wasn't really the intended purpose of the sponge. Um,
right. Well, in fact, have you seen the WD-40? Well, it looks like an old WD-40 ad from the '60s, and that's been going around. And I reposted it, and one of my friends on Facebook says, "Well, that ain't real." I don't actually don't give a crap if it's real. It's still funny.
oh yeah,
It's all implied. You know what
sure,
WD-40 is for.
sure, it'd be funnier if it was real, but just because it's not real doesn't mean it's not funny.
That's right. Absolutely.
Right.
You're taking it too seriously if you're concerned whether that's real or not.
Right. But
You know,
but
you
here's
could go to Scopes and look it up and see if they, bothered.
right.
But I mean, who cares?
Who
In fact,
cares?
for a second there, I was going to go into Scopes and I go, oh, but I don't really care. I still think it's funny anyway.
Yeah.
Real or not real, it's funny.
And but some things are real and we need to take seriously. Like, have you heard Ecto Cooler is coming back?
No. What is that?
You don't know what Ecto Cooler is?
Or I don't remember it. What is it?
The best flavor of High C.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
You're not familiar with High C?
Yeah. I didn't know that was a flavor.
Okay, well, here's the thing: is that I'm old enough that I remember when it was called Citrus Cooler, and it was it's a bright green colored juice that has a citrus flavor to it, orange, tangerine type of flavor, and it's a bright green, like antifreeze shade of green. It's like drinking a glass of antifreeze if it tasted like citrus. And at some point, I think it was to tie in with the Real Ghostbusters cartoon series that was on TV at the time.
Right.
They renamed it to Ecto Cooler because it is bright slime green. It was always that color, but at some point
Right.
Or
You might as well go with it.
right, or it may have been when Ghostbusters 2 came out in the theaters that they rebranded it Ecto Cooler. But at some point they rebranded it Ecto Cooler and added Slimer's picture onto the label. And but at some point it fell out of fashion and it was discontinued. And it's one of those products that isn't made anymore, that there's kind of like it's talked about online, like, hey, whatever happened to Ecto Cooler? Are they ever going to start making that again? And people try to derive their own recipes to make their own version of Ecto Cooler or recreate it. Usually it comes out looking orange, and when you add green food coloring to it, it comes out dark green, not the bright green it's supposed to be. But apparently, because of the new Ghostbusters movie, they're bringing back Ecto Cooler.
Oh, is there a new Ghostbusters movie coming out?
You've not heard about the controversy about this?
No.
Oh, they're doing a new Ghostbusters. It's kind of a reboot of Ghostbusters, and this time it's with a female cast. And some people don't like that.
Well, of course, that would be totally wrong, wouldn't it?
Women being funny? Huh?
Right, exactly.
Come on, grow up. Grow up, people. It's happening, and you should go see it. And drink some Ecto Cooler. Although I don't know that they serve Ecto Cooler at the movie theater, so you might have to sneak it in. But there you go. It's
Firefox just told me that he wanted to do an update. Oh, screw you, Firefox.
Screw you, Fire.
Yeah, that will work really good right now.
Yeah. Right now, while you're using
right.
it. But speaking of idiots, I read this news story, and this news story just made me ask the question: who are these people that would do this? Apparently, in Littleton, Colorado, there's an order of nuns that they finally got. They've been requesting a taller fence and they finally got their request of a taller fence, so now they can use the yard, because they had a problem where people would jump the 6-foot fence that was originally there and harass the nuns. In the last 2 years, there have been 3 incidents where people have jumped the fence. One of the individuals chased one of the younger nuns back into the building, trying to catch her. Who chases a nun? What the hell is wrong with you?
For what end?
Are you trying to tempt God into frying you with a lightning bolt?
If someone would charge the person with a sexual assault, even if it wasn't,
right?
You think any jury would do anything other than slap the guy with the max?
Or attempted sexual assault.
Yeah, whatever. And then,
work.
Oh yeah, of course. Nowadays we put on the label the sex crime, and have the guy labeled forever. He'll be tracked forever.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do nowadays. We shame people that we don't like.
Now, in my day, we were scared of nuns. I mean,
wouldn't that be funny? The Mother Superior comes out with a big old ruler.
Yeah, don't mess with nuns. Who are these people that have the balls to mess with nuns? Not only the gall,
stupid.
but the balls. I mean, first of all,
Right.
You got to be pretty awful to be like, let's bother a nun, but you also got to be really ballsy to be like, let's go chase it. I never in my mind the thought ever occurred to me that, hey, I could totally chase a nun and they'd run away from me. No, if I tried to chase any of the nuns that were teaching in my Catholic school upbringing, they would not stand. They didn't have rulers anymore by then. But
they need to be watching the Blues Brothers movie.
Yes.
The original one, of course.
Yes.
Because Jake and Elwood were definitely shaking in their boots when they were confronted by the nuns.
Well, the problem was they weren't shaking in their boots. They had no respect for the nun, and continued to take the Lord's name in vain right in front of the nun as she continued to smack them back and forth with the ruler, which just only
Yeah.
But
But there was a certain level of
I think it was the
let's
moment.
call it respect. Which is why Cab Calloway had to come in and save their bacon, right?
Well, they had no respect, which is why she ended up breaking the ruler over Elwood's head. They ended up bolting from the room, falling down the stairs, still seated at the desk.
But there was a point where the fear had to come to reality, and they're running away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were, yeah. We are out of here.
Yeah.
As she grabbed, some kind of a rod of some sort that she started swatting at them with. If you don't know what we're talking about, you need to go obtain a copy of The Blues Brothers, the original movie, not The Blues Brothers 2000.
Right. The only good thing about the Brothers 2000 movie is the very ending. They have all of these blues musicians get together and have this big, gigantic jam session. That's the good thing. And a lot of these guys are now dead.
Yeah.
So, that's a cool part. So if you want to see some great blues musicians in video, and it's really cool, watch that movie. I'll skip to the end because the main part of the movie is kind of a rehash of the other movie.
Right.
Without John Belushi.
Right. It's kind of a John Belushi's dead. Where are they now? Let's redo old gags from the old movie in a more modern setting. James Brown comes out and barely does anything. And then they have a nice jam at the end. Yeah.
I mean, that's it. The jam at the end is worth it. Other than that, yeah. Not so funny. Not so funny.
It's worth watching once if you like the original Blues Brothers movie, because the story does kind of pick up where it left off,
Okay, so we've been here for 44 minutes thereabouts.
Yes.
Do we have anybody that's been writing in or anything like that?
No write-ins have come in. Oddly enough. Well, let's see.
Or are we actually live?
Actually, well, Del Kitty wrote in hello at the start of the show, I
Cool.
believe. Someone wants to add us on Skype, and yeah, that's about it. No, but people are listening and watching because we do have one viewer on the YouTubes, and we've got 15 listeners on the stream.
Cool. Or is that one viewer me?
Well, do you have a connection open that's streaming it? Because the connection that you're
No,
talking
no.
to me
I
with
just
doesn't
have
count.
I just have this connection here.
Okay, that's
Or this one.
oh, they heard us talking about them. It went down to 0.
Oh, sorry, man.
You scared them all. Oh, it's
Who's
back.
scared?
It's back at 1.
Hello.
So that's the rest of the show. We're just going to keep saying the number of viewers throughout the rest of the show. Well, there's one person now. There's one. Hello, one person, and that would be a pretty boring show. Dude writes in, I tuned out for a sec. When the stream started, Brian says, and all of the people on the stage are dead now, and that was the coolest part. So much for me and the bus thing. Context. No. The coolest part of the Blues Brothers 2000 movie was the jam session at the end of the movie, and it happens to be that many of those people are dead now. But the jam session from when they were alive is cool. So it's cool.
So a little clarity helps.
The clarity, to clear it up, it was cool that they used to be alive before they were dead.
Generally speaking, otherwise they'd be zombies.
Yeah. Generally, it's a good thing that people were alive before they were dead. You'd hate to be born dead.
Yeah. All right, we're overthinking it now.
Murdoch Stinkfingers is writing in. What's the YouTube channel called? It's called.
Insert title here.
So let me send a link to him. I need to find the. No, I don't want to type there. Let me find Murdoch Stinkfingers a link. Actually, I'll just send him a link to the episode so he can watch it live. All right, there we go. We'll bring that up. We will copy that. And gee, I wonder if the Shocker, Murdoch Stinkfingers, one of the hosts of the. No, I don't. Actually, I'm not sure who uses that account. If it's Murdoch or Cooper, but that would be the Shocker. So I'm wondering if the Shocker is ever going to make a comeback to the interwebs, because that was a fun show when their equipment was working. But yeah.
Cool. We'd love to hear from these guys.
Yeah, we do like to hear
put
from
together
these guys.
a new group of watchers and participants.
Right. And I think it's probably, if I recall correctly, even though the name on this Skype account is Murdoch Stinkfingers, my recollection is that Cooper maintains this Skype account. So we'll say Cooper. And he writes back in that Shocker is coming back soon. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, golf clap for the Shocker. That'll be sweet, because then we get to find out about the escapades of Cooper and Murdoch Stinkfingers and how drunk can they get this week. That was kind of the name of the game. Every week it was can they get drunker than last week, and every week the answer was yes, they can. And you thought there's no way in hell they could ever get any drunker than this, and then the following week we'd find out, yeah, actually they can. And he confirms that he is Cooper listening. All right. Well, anyways, we should. We got a break coming up in 5 or 10 minutes, but as you can see, I got a TV on my desk. This right here is the bedroom TV that I swiped from the bedroom and brought into my room here to use as a monitor, because I got my Pi, my Raspberry Pi, and I've set up the what is the version of Linux that comes with the Raspberry Pi? Raspberry or something like that.
Yeah.
And I set that up. And
actually, it's Raspbian, but
Raspbian.
Yeah, the
Okay.
berry part is kind of chopped out, but oh well, I've spelt it wrong many times.
But yeah, I bought a kit that came with this case, came with a few heat sinks,
Oh,
and
that's a cool looking case.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's even got a little raspberry
logo
logo
on it.
for
Yeah,
event
yeah,
on
yeah,
there, and
yeah.
open in the bottom there, and
Cool.
it came with the power cord, and you see this this opens up, and let's see, this I believe comes apart. Yeah, there we go, there we go. I can take this bottom part out, and it slides out, and it slides out, uh, and it slides out, and it breaks into pieces.
Maybe we just have to go with, "Hey, we believe you, man. Don't break your pie."
There we go. There we go. It's starting to come off now. I've gotten this far. There we go. There we go. So that comes off, and this comes off of the bottom here. So there we go. There we go. There is a computer right here in my hand. This right here, quad core computer. But yeah, it's a nice little handy case that we got right here. Sits right on there nicely. And the case has got, all the right openings for all the right parts for it because it's designed specifically for a Raspberry Pi. There we go. Oh, that clicked right on much easier than it came off. And then, we got the top that goes on it. So there we go. It's a nice contained unit for my Raspberry Pi.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Now, I talked about this a lot last week. A few weeks ago, I tweeted a YouTube clip of someone using software to demodulate the difference signal off a CD4 quad record. Did you happen to click that link and catch that video?
I think I did, but I'm forgetting what I saw.
It was a guy that was using this software, SDR Sharp, and he had a quadraphonic record, and he was showing how, you see the 30 kilohertz signal over here, and, he had the FM, tuner or feature on there, and was able to lock onto the carrier signal and turn it into the different signal.
Cool.
And,
cool. Yeah. Actually, I think I watched the beginning to go back to watch it later,
Oh,
and I didn't see the whole thing.
I'll have to.
But no, that's cool. That's exactly where you're going, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I've been playing with. That it's a little difficult though. So Cooper's going to call after our break. They've been working on a Periscope account.
Oh, that's cool.
I've heard of that. Periscope. What is that? That's when you kind of do a backflip in the pool with no bathing suit and sink down, and that's the right.
No, I don't think that's what it is.
That's not the Periscope. Pretty sure that's the Periscope.
I don't think that's what they mean, though. Somehow I get that.
So Cooper's not doing a webcam show from the swimming pool, showing off his Periscope.
I think Periscope is owned by Twitter, I think.
Okay.
For the purpose of doing Hangouts, that type of thing, or live video streaming, to compete with Google.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
But Google's got the YouTubes. How do you compete with that?
Well, that's the problem,
Yeah.
But, Vine is still in the upswing as far as posting, short video clips for Twitter.
Right.
That's a Twitter, made thing, really. I mean, you can use those in Facebook as well, but you see them mostly in Twitter. As well as animated GIFs are in Twitter all over the place.
Okay. Well, it's worth trying. There's all kinds of heck, Vaughn Live does video streaming, and basically that's the new Stickcam. And, that's the cool things going on there. But anyways, going back to the YouTube clip I saw of demodulating quad records of software. Now, that particular program is an easy-to-use program that doesn't do exactly what I needed to do to properly demodulate CD4. I could play back the different signal, but I can't export it to be able to easily sync up to the sum signal and cancel out the fronts and the backs. And I've been directed by people in chat rooms to another program called GNU Radio that is very difficult to learn. And I played around with it a little bit, didn't get very far, and been stuck on there. But my thought is that GNU Radio. Turns out there is a working Windows version of it. For a while, the people I've been talking to in the chat room, they're Linux people. They don't use Windows. They don't do Windows.
That's right.
And I talked about last week my experience with Linux, and I don't know if you caught the replay on the YouTube link that I posted.
I haven't yet, but you and I have talked about it now and then, and
yeah,
and I understand. I've certainly had my yell-a-thons at Linux.
Yeah. But
there usually isn't anybody there to yell at. That's kind of the difference. It's fun to yell at, say, Microsoft or Apple or whatever, because usually there's some guy there. But with Linux, there's usually no one there. No one home.
You want someone to yell out about Linux? That's really easy. I'll tell you. You know what? I am an expert at getting angry at people or finding people to channel the anger at. And I'll fill you in on how to get angry with Gators. Gators will teach you how to properly get angry.
And that's sort of a different thing. The thing is to find somebody with Linux, because it's this open source. Who the hell is behind?
Let me tell you.
This tool.
Finding someone to get angry at about Linux is like shooting fish in a barrel, because there are plenty of Linux geeks that are very arrogant and snooty.
True, but it's kind of misdirected, though.
I didn't say it was properly directed. I just said.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I buy your premise.
You forget who you're talking to here, bro. How many times have you overheard me getting angry on the phone at people that didn't deserve it?
Absolutely. No, you're the champ. Absolutely. I would not doubt or suggest otherwise.
Thank you.
Incidentally, so on Facebook recently, there was a guy that was posting something on. In fact, I'm not even sure what his problem was, but he was having some kind of a computer error.
Uh-huh.
And I had posted, hey, it could be worse. It could be this. And I posted the link of the Apollo 11 landing where there's just this 201 error. And they're kind of, what the hell? I mean, that's classic. And my comment was, you look at computer gear, and it's come a long way since Apollo 11. You look at computer software, it's come a long way since Apollo 11. You look at error codes, and it's the same. You see you're lucky you got an error number. Sometimes you just get error. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, one thing I got to give Microsoft credit for, on Windows 10, they put a frowny face on the blue screen of death. Colon and open parenthesis.
Yeah.
Frowny face.
Now, this guy was taking exception to me first. And he showed this woman that apparently wrote this code for Apollo 11 landing sequence, and she stands next to this stack of paper that's as tall as she is. And I had to say, I kind of brought that up not to discredit the Apollo 11 people. I mean, they had some limited hardware. They had a lot of shit to do. They put a lot of work in it, and the thing worked, except that they were way ahead of the computer equipment. So what the error code for the Apollo 11 was a Stack Overflow. They just had too much shit going on for the hardware. It wasn't their fault. The
hardware is like, whoa. I'm barely powerful enough to run an adding machine, and you're trying to land on the moon with this?
That's right.
This is way more than I can handle. I'm out.
Whereas today, and he also kind of posted making fun of Microsoft, that's funny. Today, it's just stupid stuff. And he mentioned Internet Explorer, but there's countless things in Microsoft's products that are just like, now what?
Yeah.
The whole idea of an error message is to tell me, here's what to do.
Yeah.
Well,
error messages.
But
are,
I really
Brian,
amused that.
You of
Yeah.
all people should know that the error messages are not meant for the end user. They're meant for the programmers.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, they make more sense to you than they make to me.
Right.
But yeah.
Well,
Anyways,
and the good thing about an error code, which they've gone away from in a lot of places, is that it can tell the program, oh, it's a code, a 201. I know exactly what that means and where that came from.
right.
Whereas a
But-
lot of error messages now, you have,
But before we
or you're lucky and you go, oh, the thing will allow me to send a core dump to Microsoft. Oh, how nice is that?
that's
Should
nice.
I do that, or should I just say,
I'm
just
sure Microsoft will get right on that and send someone out
Right.
to fix that. No, but getting back to how do you get angry at Linux, or how do you take your anger out on someone about Linux?
yeah,
You just you find a chat room that it has some kind of Linux theme to it, and
Right.
obviously you're having some kind of a problem with Linux, and so you take your problem you're having with Linux and put it into a form of a question, and you pose the question to the chat room. And the first person that responds back RTFM, there's your guy. There's your guy right there.
there you go.
And you just
So you bait the guy. Yeah.
Now you might
I
actually
mean, a
get
lot of times it's you express yourself in an intelligent way
right.
to kind of explain your problem, and hope that the guy will be there to come up with an answer.
Now
Yeah, because sometimes you post a question on these forums, and you never get a response at all.
Oh no, I didn't even
So-
say a forum, chat room, real time.
Oh, okay. Oh,
now,
okay.
now sometimes
yeah.
you'll find someone that will be friendly and will try to help you. But I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, you go into a Linux chat room, ask for a little help. It doesn't take long before RTFM comes into the mix of the conversation. And once you utter those four letters, the gloves come off, and Angry Gators is ready to go. Because I did not come here to be told to read a fucking manual.
Right.
I came
Oh,
here
and
to be
by the way, in
handheld
Linux-
and spoon-fed.
In Linux, what manual?
Exactly. Exactly.
Except I didn't look into the camera that time when I said that. I should have, but
Yeah, close enough. But anyways, I labeled these wrong. That's not our going to break music. Okay, I need to make that, and I need to make that. All right. Well, we're going to go to a little break here, and when we come back, we are going to plug in the Raspberry Pi.
all right.
And we're going to figure out if we can do a little man mountain with it. That didn't sound right at all. Hashtag no homo. All right. Anyways.
All right.
All right. So anyways, go ahead, take your pee break, grab something to drink,
All right.
and get ready for hour 2 when we come back.
All right. We'll see ya.
When you listen to boring radio shows, you get distracted. When you get distracted, you start listening to other radio shows.
This sucks.
When you start listening to other radio stations, you hear songs like Damon's Bathhouse.
Damon's Bathhouse. We're a bunch of guys here with our dicks in each other's mouths at Damon's Bath.
When you start listening to Damon's Bathhouse, you want to go there thinking it's a strip club.
Get a nigga, get a table dance. Take it up, woo. Take that style. Get a nigga, get a table dance. Take it up, woo. Take that style.
When you go to Damon's Bathhouse thinking it's a strip club, you get roofied. When you get roofied, you wake up with some guy's meat in your mouth and your pants around your ankles. Don't wake up with some guy's dick in your mouth or the possibility of herpes and anal warts.
It's a beautiful dick, too.
Listen to The Shocker right here every Friday night at midnight Eastern on nhbradio.com. Yeah. Also remember, tsrnradio.blogspot.com for all our latest updates and more.
Yo, this is Dune from the Dune and Bob Show. You're probably wondering what all this racket is in the background. Well, with the way the gas prices and the economics have been lately and basically everything else Obama has done to us, I've had to take on a second job. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I'm a nighttime DJ at a club. Hang on a second. No, hey, look at the sign. It says absolutely no requests. Yeah, leave the DJ alone. Yes. Thank you. No, I am hang on, let me get my card. I am constructing a mix out of songs to create a vibe/journey/musical experience outside the catering to an individual's desire to hear my song, if you know what I mean. If you can't live inside the music, you should just stay at home and listen to your iPod. Requests are for scared, musically uneducated dweebs who have no desire to learn about new, good tracks or experience the art of modern EDM. There. Jeez. Oh. Okay, she's gone. Hey, by the way, just to let you know, a little secret. I found out that DJs really don't do anything. All I'm doing is just replaying something that Vamp recorded like a month ago. It's really simple. That's why I can't do requests. But listen, I was sworn to secrecy by the DJs of America Club. Geeks even made me pinky swear to it. God. So anyway, Dune and Bob Show, Sundays, 6 8 Eastern, nhbradio.com. Be there.
You are listening to the No Holds Barred Radio Network. Visit us on the web at www.nhbradio.com. Now come on over here, lie down on the bed, and let me put my penis in your armpit.
Crater Maker.
We'll never bring it down.
Crater Maker. www.cratermakerband.com. EP now available on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, and Bandcamp.
Oh, no, you got that wrong. I love balls.
Be sure to tune in to ADHD Radio, Tuesdays, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The most motherfucking addicting show on the No Holds Barred Radio Network.
Hey, this is Johnny Gators, reminding you to tune in every Monday through Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. for Wake Up with Gators. 5 minutes of listening to my dryer squeal. You won't want to miss it. That's every Monday through Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fuck you dogga, right here on NHB Radio Network.
You're listening to the No Holds Barred Radio Network. You like to mine asses. My ballsack smells.
Hey, we're back to, what do we call this?
Insert title here.
That's right. For hour 2 of the fun and festivities. Isn't that right? Oh. I don't hear you. Do you not hear me? Oh, now I hear you. I hear you.
I hit the mute button, which is conveniently located on the headphone.
Yeah. That for your convenience. Now,
Right, and there's no indication whether you muted or not muted.
is that a pair of panties on your head?
No, that's my. That's my buff.
Your buff.
Yeah, that's what I had like a headband before.
Ah, okay. You just that's your thing is
It's just the comedy of it. That's
a rotating variety of headgear.
That's right. There are actually this thing can be so many things, including a ski mask if you want. Just pull it down.
Yeah. Who cares if you can see or not?
Rob a convenience store. Whatever.
You've thought about this.
I'm sure that many people have.
That's
of course,
great.
with glasses, it's not very easy. It's like, hey, that dipshit's wearing glasses.
There you go. Well, you can always switch to contacts.
But then it wouldn't be as funny.
Well, I don't think that's what people go for when they're robbing stores. Is how can we make this a funny robbery?
That's right, because I want to be on some kind of social media, event of the funniest robberies ever that I can enjoy people to react to while I'm in jail.
All right, so I have got my Raspberry Pi all hooked up with the HDMI. And the thing I love about this is there's no on-off switch. You just plug it in. Oh, you can shut it down. But if you want to turn it on, you got to unplug it and plug it back in.
That's right.
All right, so we've plugged in our Raspberry Pi.
You found a convenient plug, I see.
Yeah. I prepared. And ooh, things are happening. And my phone just made a sound. Oh, did you tweet something during the break?
No.
Oh. Someone else must have then. Wow, someone actually tweeted something. Oh, Venison actually tweeted. You're damn right.
Cool.
And back with full power. Puts on Ring of Sauron. Holy crap. Venison just sent a tweet out. Wait, does that mean he can Skype us at NHB Live through the Skypes? Or could tweet us at NHB Radio on the Twitters? It just might. It just might. But anyways,
there you go. Fully on Pi time here.
All right, so my Pi is on. I now have a Pi on.
And I have a Pi on.
Now, here's the thing, is that my music collection, I installed a 30-day trial for J-River Media Player, because so far that's the best media player I've found for doing things like this that I know will play back SACD ISO images. Now, I've heard cool things about Kodi, and I know Kodi will do DSD digital files, but I don't think it'll do SACD ISO images. Although I think Kodi, I like the look of Kodi better than J-River Media. But the problem is that I'd have to extract all my SACD ISOs to DSF files. And DSF files take up twice the space of SACD ISO images. And my media drive that I'm storing all my music on is starting to run out of space. And my collection of SACD ISO images takes up about 550 gigs, which means that I would have to double that to over a terabyte. And I've got a 4 terabyte drive for storing my stuff, so it would be a quarter of my drive rather than an eighth of my drive being devoted to SACD materials. So that's what it's like. No, as much as I'd love to break out the tracks into their own files and be able to ID tag them, we're going to stick with disk images for SACD because it's just more practical. But they are on my M drive, which is shared out on the network as M on Jonathan-PC. So we got to figure out how do I map a drive in Linux to that. So let's see, Raspberry Pi map network drive is what I Google. And let's see. Here we go. Mounting and auto-mounting Windows shares on Raspberry Pi. And let's see. Create a folder in the MNT folder so you can mount your network share. Now, I think I already did that. So let's open up a... we got to open up a command prompt, don't we? Where's my command prompt? Or is that this shortcut here? Terminal. There we go. That's what they call it. Terminal. Now, where's MNT?
Slash.
Oh, there we go. And yeah, so I have. Oh. I think I made two fold. I tried to do this twice, so let's remove the music directory. How do I remove a directory?
RD.
No, it's not RD. RD is not working. Bash RD command not found.
RKMDR.
RKMDR. Bash RKMDR command not found. I thought RD was the
No, RM.
RMRF? No. And let's see. RM music. Cannot remove music. It is a directory. I know it's a directory. That's why I want to remove it.
RMDIR is the Linux command.
RMDIR one word?
In Linux command is a Linux command.
RMDIR failed to remove music, permission denied.
So you can say sudo space RMDIR.
Just did that. All right, so I got rid of my redundant folder. So now let's go back to what I want to do. So I've created a folder that I want to mount this to, which is MNT/media. Let's see. So create that. Sudo make directory, mount folder name. So now we got to do sudo mount -t CIFS-O. Oh, that's a guest share. Well, let's see if this works. Let's see if we can do this as a guest. //Jonathan -PC/M /MNT/media. Mount error could not resolve address for Jonathan PC unknown error. All right, we'll have to do it by IP address. Sudo mount -t CIFS-O guest whack 192.168.2.20 /m/MNT/media. Mount error, remote IO error. Refer to the mount CIFS manual page. And this is what I run into, and I try to do it with... now, I'm pretty sure I have granted everything permission to this so that I could just fucking do it. But the problem is I do have a password on my computer because you have to have a password on your computer in order to be able to remote in to the computer. But if I go on here to properties and sharing and advanced sharing and permissions, everyone has full control because, well, you'd have to hack into my local network to take advantage of that. And then if I go under the security, everyone has full control. So I've opened up this share as far wide open as I can. And I keep But let's try it by the other thing with the username. So if I do sudo mount -t sifs -o username equals Jonathan, comma, password equals something super top secret, space / 192.168.2.20 /m space /mnt/media. And I once again get this remote IO error. So that is where I'm stuck, and that's what we need to figure out how to solve here. So I don't know where you think we should go with this, Brian.
Why don't you try connecting with a second Windows machine?
Oh, I connect to that share from every machine in this building.
Right. Oh, okay. So that's working.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I use the share.
All right. Just
Windows
want to double check.
machines
Okay. Yeah.
for breakfast.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So no, this is strictly a Linux issue here, and I don't know if it's a permission issue that it's balking at the fact that I got a Windows username and password on this, even though I entered in my username and password. And let me just verify that I have the correct username. I'm fairly certain that I use Jonathan as my username on everything on this network. But we can go into manage on my PC right now and go into my users. There we go. Oh, Jonathan, you know what? Let's try it with a capital J. Because I did, even though usernames typically aren't case sensitive, in Linux, I think everything is case sensitive. So there we go. So now we've capitalized my J. And I still get the remote IO error. So that's not the issue. So that's where I've gotten stuck. I can't seem to get this Raspberry Pi to map to my Windows share. So if Woodshop is out
now,
there,
are you using something called Samba on Linux? Do you have that installed?
Samba. I
SAMBA.
I don't believe so, unless
one of the commands related to Samba is CIFS.
That's the command I'm using.
You are using that command, so that's saying, "Hey, it's there." And then there's an SMBFS.
I haven't seen anything telling me to use that.
Okay, because the thing says, type the following command to mount the share, blah, 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 with CIFS.
SIFS, yeah.
And then on older machines, the share could be mounted as blah, 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 CMBFS.
Well, this isn't an older machine.
So
though.
he's showing two different, well, he's suggesting maybe it's the Windows that's older. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm on Windows 7 64-bit. Well, let me Google this error message. Woodshop is out there listening right now because Woodshop wrote in, oh, right, Monday, show. Oh, great, you're here in time for the techie stuff. Woodshop writes in, try typing into the file manager GUI window, see if that works. SMB, all right, file manager. Where's the file manager?
That's that folder-looking thing on the top menu.
Ah, the file manager. You know what? Woodshop's my kind of Linux guy because he just told me to do something using the GUI, which, let me tell you, anytime I've ever gone to a Linux chat room to find someone to misdirect my anger, to ask for assistance, they always have me open up a console. As far as I'm concerned, people that use Linux never use this GUI. This GUI is just here to make it look more high-tech. Everything's really happening right here in the console.
Well, see, there's the philosophy that, well, there's a couple of different ones. There's the I think the right answer and then the funny answer. The right answer is if you learn the command line, you understand how it works or is supposed to work. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the GUI hides all of that details. So you really won't know how it really works.
Well, that
the comedy answer is Linux is hard to use. Use the command line, so it's hard.
Well, no. Here's the thing: is I understand that point that when you use a command line and you have to memorize commands and know the commands, you know what they're doing and you know why it's doing it. But that doesn't mean that using a GUI means that you don't know what you're doing and you don't know why you're doing it. Because you could follow instructions and not understand what you're doing. You could do the same thing with typing commands in a command prompt too, though, but it's a little more difficult to do it that way. But you can very well understand what the GUI's doing and why it's doing it without having to memorize syntax.
Cool, we got a Skype caller.
Hello there.
What's up, motherfucker?
Oh my God, Cooper! It's been like, how long has it been since you've called into a show on this network?
It's been so long, I don't even know who you are. Hello, Cooper.
Here's the real question: is when is there gonna be some real shows on this fucking network? What the fuck, man?
I blame Damon and Liam. They went rogue on us.
What is going on? Where is Damon right now? Is he? I heard that he was doing something somewhere else now.
Well, Damon and Liam started their own stream, nhbshow.com. Real original name there. So we now have 2 individual NHB radios, which
really.
Well, the thing is that Damon and Liam they wanted to do a show, but they didn't want to deal with anyone or any personalities or staff lists or anything like that. So rather than dictate terms or cause drama or do anything, they're just like, fuck it, we'll just start our own news station. And so, I mean, to me, it kind of sucks because why can't we just all do the same thing and join forces?
Right.
But on the other hand, Damon, he's had his long-running position that people are just leeching off of him. And, so his attitude right now is, if you want me to join your station, make it a station that's worth joining. Otherwise, I'm happy doing my own thing here. So, I started a new show with Brian here that we're kind of geeking out and getting techie on things. Vamp is still doing his show, and I understand you're coming back.
Yeah, there's been rumors of that.
Yeah, there's rumors. So hopefully you can confirm some rumors.
No, we've just had some difficulty setting up our studio. We want it to be, obviously we always shot for a more video crowd because we were always, big on stick cam and shit like that.
Right.
And that's where this Periscope that I was talking about comes in. Mm-hmm. This app is fucking amazing. So if you follow somebody on your phone,
right.
So like we have, TSRN Radio, Periscope. If you follow TSRN Radio, the second we do a show, it sends you a message. Hey, the Shocker's starting on NHB or whatever.
Cool.
So like it was instant gratification. Like the second we went on, everybody fucking knew it, which was to me is amazing. We need to get something that works like that with the fucking computer.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
This is Brian. And this is all on Twitter. So your followers are on Twitter. Bam, they get it. Or is this even beyond outside of Twitter?
It's an actual app itself. It's actually called Periscope. It is owned by Twitter, but you have to sign up for it. So like you have to go to Periscope and download the app, and you have to search out TSRN Radio. Then you find us and you heart us. There's the initial startup, but it's also the same as Stickcam, where you get featured on a main page that can propel who's watching you, and the technology is so far ahead on this one, and it's video, which has always been our.
So it's kind of like Twitter in a sense of I follow you on Periscope, you turn on the webcam and start doing stupid drunk stuff. I know about it right away. Kind of like, Brian's on Twitter. I follow Brian on Twitter. I instantly know when he's woken up and is looking at cat pictures because, I hear my phone vibrating and moving across the room on its own. It's like, oh, Brian's on Twitter. tweeting cat pictures. So this way, kind of like
And
that.
not only tweeting cat pictures, but tweeting cat pictures to Jonathan.
Yes, exactly.
Because I know it just makes him feel full of joy.
Well, the thing is that you always tweet in like fives. So when I hear 5 vibrations, it's like, oh, Brian's awake. That's
No, but you
boom,
know,
boom,
it's,
boom, right?
it's something else. And you know, our thing is like we're already prepared for the new season of the Shocker. We got all kinds of ideas, like tampons full of vodka in your ass. So the stunts are going to get harder. The drunken is going to get bigger.
Yeah, like I said, every week you figured they can't possibly get drunker next week, and every following week we found out, yeah, these guys can. You know, dealing with professional drunks here.
Oh, it's going to be fucking amazing, man. You know, we got Gay Chicken, and we got all new skits. We've already made up skits that we, you know, all we have to do is get on so we can fucking play them.
Oh, that's good. I can't wait.
We'll probably play them all on the first fucking show like a bunch of idiots, but, you know.
Yeah. Hey, you got to spread them out a little bit there. But now, what was the? I remember one of the big problems was that your equipment was all in a basement that you didn't have access to. Now, were you able to retrieve your equipment at some point, or did you have to start over?
So what happened is I got divorced fucking right after 10 years, fucking bitch.
Oh, that's
and so at the time, so I, you know, a typical, she goes out and get us a restraining order, and I'm literally for like 2 months I couldn't even get into my own house. Like, I'm paying a house payment here, but I can't go there. And on top of it is she never went here anyway. So long and the short is, if I would have came in to get my equipment, I could have got taken to jail.
Well, you have some connections with the police, though. You could have gotten a little, like, you know, hey, can you turn a blind eye between the hours of 6 and 8?
Or can't you go in with a police escort?
So that happened a couple of times, but that was to grab the good shit.
So you had to pick and choose what you're gonna get.
Well, so my thing was I was fighting her in court, so I was you know, if it was my stuff, I didn't really expect her to take it. I just, you know, so I spent, you know, a year and $10,000 fighting her in court. But I mean, it worked out in my favor because I got everything that I want. I mean, I got the house, and I got, you know, the car that was paid off. I got, you know, half custody of my kid, and it really sucked, man. But long and the short is, when I was able to come back to the house, my shit was still here. So, like, we still have our studio set up, but we've been spending so much time. I don't know if you know about it before. The place wasn't finished. It was just like a basement.
Right.
And so, you know, we've been working hard to get the place finished and make it more like a bar like it was before. You know, we were always big on the fucking video side.
Oh yeah, I remember the video. It was you did good with that because you see you had the bar set up there. It looked like, you know, the place I wanted to be hanging out while the show was on there at the bar.
Like, we would do skits that were mainly visual.
Right.
So it allows us to do more, which I fucking love too.
That's
so
great. Well, we're looking forward to that coming back.
We're right there, man. So we're hoping, like, soon, within about a month or so, that we're going to be back on.
Oh man, I'm glad to hear that. That's great to hear.
Cool.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that. And gotta get a new promo to get into. I don't know if you heard. I played your old promo just because I was excited to hear from you.
I heard that. In fact, that's fucking funny because I totally forgot about that one out of all the ones we did. And that's good, man. I haven't heard that shit in a while.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I can find some of the other. I remember there was one you did to the Ghostbusters theme.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Fucking right. And you know, I mean, I'm excited. We love doing that shit. So it'll be fun to get back on and do it again.
Oh, great. Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. Well, hey, thank you for calling in. We're going to get back to playing with my Raspberry Pi here. But, yeah, keep in touch and let us know as soon as you know when you're going to start.
Fuck yeah, live long and shocker. God damn it.
All right. Catch you later.
Later.
Bye. There we go, our very own Cooper. of the Shocker coming back. Now, Woodshop's syntax here, it probably was correct, but it failed to mount Windows Share connection timed out. So for some, you know what? I just realized something. I should probably verify that I actually am connected to my Wi-Fi in here, because I might not be, because the Wi-Fi signal might be having trouble getting through the wall. So I actually don't see my Wi-Fi signal here. So I might need to start moving the box to get closer to my Wi-Fi signal. Maybe I need to open the door.
Stand on one leg. Stand on one leg.
Maybe if I open the door, that'll let the signal in. Wi-Fi signal works like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go open the door.
You know, I just ordered one of these Wi-Fi extender things you plug in the wall that's got, the antennas on it. That acts like a Wi-Fi signal repeater.
Right.
$40 or something like that. It's like, in fact, last month, right toward the end of the month, I was really coming close to using up my data plan. It's like, crap, that's no good. And it comes down to is where I set up to charge my phone, it's off the Wi-Fi. I set up this old access point nearby, which once in a while it connects to, and sometimes it doesn't, because it's an old, it's an old Linux, Linksys, and the phone doesn't like to talk to it. It's weird.
I can't get the Wi-Fi signal to show up here. That's going to be a problem. Because I don't see any Chumpy showing up in the... Oh, there's Chumpy. There's Chumpy with a green check next to it.
Yay.
All right, so let me make sure I can ping something. All right. Ping 192.168.2.20. Okay, I can now ping the computer that the share is on. So now we're going to do an SMB : whack 192.168.2.20.
There's a history on Linux, so you can just do it again.
Well, I'm just hitting enter.
Command line, right?
No, this one's the Woodshop told me to do this at the GUI. Although
you converted to the GUI guy. Okay.
Yeah, but it's still not coming up. Yeah, it's because the command, I'm getting the same error that I was getting in the past. I wonder if it was actually connected to Wi-Fi all along. I just wasn't looking in the right place. All right, so I'll move the box back up where my mouse will work a little better. All right, so yeah, I'm connected to Chumpy. In fact, I could probably close the door. All right. Let me make sure I'm still on Chumpy. I'm still on Chumpy, but all right, that's just not. You know what? I can't even get the error message to come up anymore. All right, so let's try this again. So I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to do SMB : / 192.168.2.20 / and it's thinking about it. Failed to mount Windows Share connection timed out. The specific location is not mounted. So that's kind of where we are on that. So I don't know if Woodshop's got any other suggestions. Meanwhile, trying to do this from the terminal gave us the error of mount error 121 remote IO error. So let me Google that error message. Mount error 121 remote IO error. Raspberry Pi Windows. All right. Windows file sharing access IO error bug report. No, let's see. Let's check out some of these. I'm trying to get a Raspberry Pi 2 to read playback files from my network folders. Let's see. Solution. This is Windows problem and following registry values need to be changed. All right. Well, let's take a look at my Windows registry. I doubt it because this works on everything else in this room. But, all right, some stranger on the internet's telling me to mess with my registry. What could possibly go wrong there? All right, H key local machine, system, current control set, control, session manager. Well, if anything, at least Cooper's call gives us something that was worth listening to during the show. Memory management, large system cache, set it to 1. It's set to 0 right now. All right, so we're going to set that to 1. We're going to click OK, and then we're going to go back up a few levels. We're going to go current control set, services, Landman server. Where's Landman server? There's Landman server. Parameters. And we're going to go to size, which is set to 1, and we're going to set that to 3. All right, so now let's try this command again. We're going to do that sudo mount using my username and password. And I get the exact same error message. So these registry changes have done jack shit. Well, here we go. Thanks for the prompt reply. I did, in fact, get the mount working. It was no fault of Pi or Rune Audio. My Windows file sharing was the issue. For some reason, it stopped sharing with all non-Windows devices, so I had to reshare all the required directories. Well, I've verified that everything is shared. All right, let's try this for them. Try to mount the slice with the non-serverino option. I don't know what the fuck that means. Someone else has the same registry changes. I have problems with both my Windows and Linux machines and found this link. Essentially, for posterity, they say, here is the offending registry values. Local machine system, current control. Yeah, that's the same one that I... IRP stack size D-word. Also under parameters. Check for that. If it doesn't exist, create it as a type D-word. All right, so we're creating a D-word. And we're calling it IRP stack size. And we're going to give that a value of 15. Actually, no. That gave it a value of 21. We're going to give it a value of 0x 0x x. Oh, well, maybe if I do this, or maybe if I do that, decimal 15. There we go. There we go. And Woodshop writes in, try SMB Jonathan PCM. Well, it can't resolve the host name. I can't even ping the host name. That's why I was doing the IP address. I will try it, though. That timed out quicker than doing it by IP address. All right, so I've set this D-word value of IRP stack size that this forum said to do. And now I'm going to do the command again. And I still get the remote I/O error. Is there a Raspberry Pi chat room that I could go, talk to and find the first person that tells me to RTFM?
I'm not sure. Have you tried the raspberry.org?
Well, Woodshop is saying make ping work first. Well, the ping is a DNS issue or something because I can ping the IP address. I can't ping the host name. So that we can fix that problem later unless you really think that IP address won't work and it has to be host name, and that's my problem. But I'm thinking these commands should all work with the IP address, which is static. So that is a sound way to run. But we could certainly figure out the IP address host name issue later. Right now,
Can you double check to make sure that that's the right IP address going to the host?
Window R, CMD, ipconfig, 192.168.2.20. It's correct.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Let's find a
Yeah, I'm with
Raspberry
you. I think
Pi
you should be able to
chat
use
room.
the IP address just the same.
Well, yeah, but some
Long
people have don't. If you don't have static, then you want to use the host name because that's what doesn't change.
Right.
Oh, there is a Raspberry Pi channel in Freenode, so I can. All right, let's bring up IRC and join a Freenode server. Server irc.freenode.net, I believe. Oh, there we go. That's totally working. It's thinking about that. It found my host name. Oh, there we go. We are. All right. So now I got to pick a nick of Gators, and I'm going to join Raspberry Pi. Cannot join channel +R. You need to be identified with services. How do I do that?
I don't know.
I think I got it. Maybe they want me to register my nickname with NickServe. So I messaged NickServe help so I can remember how to do that. Oh, all right. Let's message NickServe register. Insufficient all right. So message NickServe register password email. Okay. Gators is now registered to J _. Okay. With that password. All right. So let's join Raspberry Pi now. You need to be identified with services. All right. Now I need to figure out what the fuck that means so I can just get in the fucking chat room. Cannot join channel +R. You need to be identified with... All right, there we go. Auto-complete. Linux, how to identify with services, and IRC. All this just to ask someone how to fucking mount a drive. You need to register an account with the service is robust. Do that, send the server register command. I already did that. So if I already, how come I? Oh, maybe I need to do message NickServe, identify, and my password. You're already logged in as Gators. All right, so now let me join Raspberry Pi. Cannot join channel. You need to be identified with services. I'm being told that's what I need to do, and I've done that. All right, let me try disconnecting and reconnecting to the server. Maybe since I signed up, it didn't really fully register me, and so it's not recognizing that properly. All right, NickServe, message NickServe, identify, password. You're identified for Gators. Join Raspberry Pi. Cannot join channel. You need to be identified with services. Come on! Let me in the damn room!
Yeah, I
All
hate
right.
that round and round bullshit. Yeah.
Is it too late to return this thing? Because I can't make it do a damn thing. I mean, here we are poking around with this thing for nearly an hour, and I can't even fucking map a drive. Windows, I could do it in 2 fucking seconds. What use is an OS that you can't do something that takes 2 fucking seconds in a fucking hour? What use is that? Fucking hate Linux geeks. All right. Let's see here. Maybe I need to. I don't know. What else could I fucking do? I mean, I've done everything that they're telling me to do. And it won't even let me join a room to ask a fucking question. And I still can't find a way around this fucking error. I've done everything they say to do for this stupid fucking error. Now, why the heck are you trying to connect to Dalnet? I told you to connect to Freenode. Fucking ass. Okay. Message, NixServe. Identify that. Join Raspberry Pi. Cannot join channel. You need to be identified with services. Oh, well, here we go. I have to do message NixServe. I just got an email telling me to verify with NixServe.
Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, but the thing is it never told me that I needed to do this. It was letting me log in.
Right.
All right, Gators has been verified. Thank you for verifying email address. You check as if insurance that your registrations are not exploited. Now let me join Raspberry Pi. How do I map a Windows share on a Raspberry Pi? I keep getting mount error 121. Remote I/O error. No matter what. I Googled it and it suggested updating some registry entries, which fixed nothing. I can't even browse to my share from the file manager with the SMB blah 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 method either. And now we wait. Let's see.
So meanwhile, I sent you a link to, a guy's, how to, mount on a Windows share to Raspberry Pi.
Where'd you send that?
To the Gmail.
Oh. But I normally use a Yahoo account.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, let me open up tab number 27 here and open up my Gmail account. Which Gmail account? Oh, here we go. Try this. All right, so there's a link. All right. Let's start closing some tabs.
You don't want to make 28th tab?
Yeah, I got. All right, we can close that. We don't need to talk about the guy that burned down his house trying to kill a bee. And I was gonna rant about how the kids these days, how fucking stupid they are. What's the deal with these whole prom engagement things that they do now?
What? I guess I didn't hear about that.
Promposals is the term. Are you familiar with this? This is now a word. Promposal. When you go through an elaborate proposal to ask someone out to the prom, a promposal.
Oh, just to ask them out to the prom, not to get married.
Right, a promposal.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's like the way you do an engagement that's planned out, but it's asking someone to the prom, a promposal.
So this is taking the shit to the next level.
You know what my promposal was?
You want to go?
No, it wasn't even that.
Let's see.
I was in the dining hall, a cafeteria, eating lunch, bitching about the fact that I couldn't get a date for the prom. Translation: I couldn't get the date I wanted for the prom because
Right.
I wanted to go to the prom with Allison because she was the absolute love of my life. No other one for me. I will love her forever till the end of time, or at least for the next 5 years. And but of course,
Although at the time she didn't know it, right?
there was not a single person within the building that didn't know it. I was very much a wear my heart on my sleeve type of guy.
Oh. So she was just avoiding you like the plague.
Well, she didn't want to ruin our friendship.
Well, yeah.
She didn't really mean that because, we have such a strong friendship that we still keep in touch. I could not keep a straight face. Couldn't do it. No. But she was too polite to tell me it's never going to happen, which resulted in me, finding different, more clever ways to ask her out each time. And her response was, well, I don't want to ruin our friendship. Well, I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship right now. I'm so busy with, band season. Anyways, the point is I was bitching about this. So the people I'm sitting at the table with at lunch, they're getting fucking sick and tired of it. Damn it, Gators, you want to go to the prom, just ask someone to the prom. You can fucking go to the prom. And there was this girl named Christine, who was a sophomore, that was going around to the different tables in the cafeteria because she was volunteering to help out with this coffee house thing that was being put together, where this one evening you can kind of come in and there'd be coffee, people might sing songs or perform things or whatever, kind of a coffee house thing. And so she was going around promoting the coffee house, and she comes to our table, and Pete Monica turns to her and goes, "Hey, you'd like to go to the prom, wouldn't you?" She goes, I wouldn't mind going to the prom. Hey, want to go to the prom with him? And I was just mortified. Like, no, what are you doing? And I kind of bolted from there and hid out in the library for the rest of the period. I was like, well, that's the end of that. I'm still not going to prom. Next morning, before the bell rings for class, I'm hanging out over in the chemistry classroom talking to Mr. Lavelle. Because I was trying to get him to dub his copy of the Who Quadrophenia from vinyl onto a cassette tape for me because my 8-track copy broke. And he was like, "No, man, my vinyl copy's way too beat up. I'll have to buy a new copy for you, and I'll copy that for you." I'm like, "No, don't buy it. Just record what you have, damn it. I gave you this tape 2 weeks ago." Next time my homework's late, I'm cashing this in. So I suddenly look and I notice Christine hanging out outside the door, and she's like, "Hey, Jonathan, you have a moment?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" She's like, "Hey, look, if you want to go, if you need a date for the prom, I'll go with you." That is how that so see, what is this promposal bullshit? You want to go? Great. I didn't even get that much. It was someone else was like, "Hey, you want to go with him?" There we go. That's
the Harry Potter movie. Which one was it? Oh, the Goblet of Fire has a big thing about this big fancy ball thing, and all the bullshit that guys go through and girls put up with, or vice versa. For asking a girl out is actually kind of hilarious. But yeah, that shit goes on. It's like, who wants that crap? But it continues, and it continues to be promoted. Why? I don't know.
Fucking high school.
Oh, absolutely. Acting like junior high.
I remember the year they had a Sadie Hawkins Day dance. Guess who went stag to that? This guy. I could barely get someone to yes asking them. I couldn't for the life of it. I actually made up a top 10 list, the top 10 reasons to ask Gators at the Sadie Hawkins Day dance. People laughed at it, but no one actually asked me. And I even pointed out serious things too, like, dude, hey, I can make cheesecake. I'm not saying I'll bring a cheesecake with me to the dance. I'm just saying I can make cheesecake.
That you can. Yeah, right. That's right. You got skills.
I got the skills.
Skills.
All right. So
I got
let's-
skills.
I got mad skills. All right. So where is this link that you sent me? I can't find it now. I closed too many tabs.
It was in Google.
Oh, that was the link I already had open. So now I have two of the same tab, and that's that sifs command. And I'm getting the error on the sifs
okay.
command.
Yeah.
I'm getting the I can't get past.
So we're looking at the same thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing, and it's not working, and no one has responded to my question in the chat room.
Bummer. The interesting thing, I was just kind of noting this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, there's a guide on about Windows 7 on setting up a network share on Windows 7.
Mm.
In that same, the same deal.
Well, anyways, you know what? It's 10 o'clock, and we have gotten nowhere.
Oh, crap.
and-
So what I will do is I will experiment with it and see where the gaps are in at least in this document, if not something else. How about that? Is that a deal?
Yeah.
Because I didn't look at this issue really at all since we talked about it.
I said
That's
we'd look
2
at it on
weeks.
the show. Right.
Yeah.
Because I kind of thought we'd
No,
solve this.
3 weeks ago, because 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago was our no show. It was our best of.
Right.
And we had 2 episodes, which I think is hilarious.
Which writes in, so you did translate my commands to IP then, right? Yes. Yes, I did. And it's just not working. So we're going to, you know what? We looked at this problem and we didn't solve it, but at least we demonstrated the problem. And tune in next week. Hopefully by then we'll have a solution and we'll be on to the next step. Now, what I was going to do if we couldn't make this work was I was going to copy some files onto a USB jump drive and try to play them locally off the jump drive just to see if we can make this play some music. But I got too hung up on shouting and screaming at... that's the other thing. Get a radio show, and you can shout and scream at the listening audience. Because I haven't gotten anyone to type in RTFM in this chat room yet, so I don't have anyone to yell out there.
I think people were forewarned.
Damn it. Someone of the listeners is hanging out there. Like, hey, dude, some guy with the screen name Gage is going to come in here. Just don't talk to him.
Right. And we've got a hint and a suggestion that we should check out Periscope.
Periscope, yes.
Right,
which is not dropping the swim trunks in the swimming pool and floating on your back and then sinking
Nothing
down
like
into the-
that.
Nothing like
Although I think those guys might do that.
They might do, yeah. And I think that technically could still be called Periscope. I still say that's Periscoping. But anyways, there you go. So next week, if anything, we'll try playing off of local files off a USB jump drive just to get some music and tunes going out. Because I got this hooked up with HDMI into the receiver, piping out of the 4 speakers here. So I should be able to make this thing play surround sound. I just can't get to my music that's on my network share. So anyways, there we are. Thank you for listening, and tune in next week to find out how we solve this problem, or if we solve this problem. Be sure to check out all our other great programming throughout the week, because we have the Zoon and Bob Show on Sundays. Oh, tomorrow, Tuesday, ADHD Radio with Video Vamp. And also NHBShow.com on Wednesday for the No Holds Barred Radio Show with Damon and Liam. And NHB Show is also simulcasting the 5-hit with Dune on Saturday nights. And and we got some more Dune brew in the house, but it's carbonating, so it's going to be another few weeks before that's ready to go. And remember, follow us on the Twitters at Johnny Gators and at Brian Blues, because you're going to want to see all Brian's cat pictures, isn't that right?
Especially since we're now into door surfing.
Door surfing.
Hashtag door surfing.
I still think you could actually take the door off the hinges, take it out in the ocean, and it will float. I think that would work.
Well, hollow door, I would say, yeah.
Well, wood floats.
Until it got, well, how well does it float? It would be better, easier if it's a hollow door. But yeah.
Well, I suppose so. But yeah, be sure to check us out. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you next week.